Hello, this is Vulturefire, and today's video is going to be another one that somebody on the Discord suggested, which is that I'm going to be playing a Caitan run that is a tank-focused build, because Kokuh on the Discord has a deck list that he has posted called Caitan that is, it's not what I normally do with Caitan. That's probably the simplest way to put it. So the idea here is that you are playing Rites of Winter and you are otherwise just kind of trying to survive and get to loop Rites of Winter, and you're using Caitan's level 10 passive to Rites of Winter multiple times, and you're using Adaptative Defense to get temporary evasion to stay alive, and you are just staying in Strike stance for the duration. So obviously I need a ice-based thing. So I'm not familiar with the full list. It is interesting to me the mana cards that were chosen here. I think that if this were my deck, I would probably have put in more mana cards. It feels a little weird to have this relatively low mana when you're planning on, especially having this many common mana cards. I really don't think I like predict more than Mana Seed, Mind Seed, and I would really like to have stuff like Weary Concentration to get me larger amounts of mana, but we will see how this goes. So I know that one of the key elements here is that you do have, where is it, Glacial Touch, which is because Rites of Winter Plus does 5 Frostbite and Glacial Touch is 5 Frostbite, so those two things work pretty well together. So I'm also a little surprised that we don't have, oh no, there it is, Mental Growth, because we are kind of a growth deck. We do not have Mind Blast though. We are kind of all in on, I'm also really surprised by the Mystic Shadow Blast. That feels like a kind of odd choice to me, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so our market, we do not have extra max mana. We do have extra max shield, which is nice. If we would faint, we get to come back, which I will forget about until and unless it is relevant. And here we go. All right, spell damage plus 30% seems very good. We are relying on spell damage, and we have pretty big spell numbers. We have pretty big damage numbers. So as far as things here go, this is an interesting choice. Obviously, Mana Font is always very good, but I do like the idea of hitting additional elites, because here I can hit these two, and then just take one of the cards from the pool. It also gives me the advantage of getting these this extra event here, whereas I don't get, so I get an extra elite and an extra event, which I think adds up to being worthwhile. All right, so yeah, we are going to get that up. Do we have enough? Yes, we have enough shield, so I think I'm going to save the rest of my mana. This is a little bit awkward of a draw, but we will Reformation. All right, so we can Glacial Stare. We can, this one will get frozen after hitting us once, which is nice. And then this gets cheaper because it was copied. So we can tag you, and then you'll die from the counterattack. Sorry, from the burn, and only will get to hit us once. Cultivate seems pretty good. I don't hate Lacerating Strike either. I think we're just going to take Cultivate. I think getting growth up quickly is probably going to be a useful thing in this deck. Again, you look for the black, and then you go the other direction. We did not get the upgrade. That can be an upgrade, but it wasn't in this case. I like starting with Evasion if we are trying to play a longer game. Critical Buff is nice. So I do need to be making sure that I'm removing cards with this list, I think, because it is pretty important if you are trying to win with brains. We do not, I think, need the tough back. Yeah, just play this and that. I completely lost my train of thought. I apologize. It happens. Oh, just that if we're playing a longer game, that we would want the evasion from that. Simple enough. All right, let's do this so that we can get the extra mana and then get the kill. And now we just need, yeah, that'll get us there. Bonk. Okay, so we do need more mana. I do also really want that cleansing shield. I think we need the mana more, although this mana in particular can be a little bit awkward. It's going to be tricky for us to hit because of how we're doing with getting Rites of Winter set up. Although in this case it does work out. So, but yeah, we are not getting Rites of Winter off here. I think we do want to get Frozen Hide off. So we are tough. Okay. Let's see what we get out of that. Okay. So we can do this. I think, and then Reclamation it. Okay, and this time we did actually get around to playing the copy, which is obviously one of the things we're kind of trying to do in this deck. And here the copy is again going to only cost 4. Let's go ahead and freeze ourselves. And so we will get shocked, but we will evade this hit. And so now, okay, we get the kill. All right, that actually worked out very well. Sanctity seems like a good pickup. I think Spyglass, it's hard to pass up Spyglass ever. Abyss Scepter is fine, but I think Spyglass, or Abyss Scepter is pretty good, and I would have taken it. But in this case, I think Spyglass is more important. I also think Rites of Winter Plus is pretty important to this deck. I think we're cutting one of the adaptative defenses. I don't think I quite want to. I could be wrong about that. We'll see. I may end up regretting that decision. I think we will Reclamate the growth for next turn. Right. And we will get to evade all these incoming hits, which is nice. Okay. So, I think we want to try and kill this one if we can. Draw to 0. Alright. So we can Sanctity twice, which I think is probably the best we can do with that. Alright. And so unfortunately we can't quite get the kill there. This is going to die to that burn, but obviously I would prefer if we could kill it before it, because it won't die to the burn if it gets a chance to heal, so I think we have to do that. And I think we want to get back the now substantially cheaper Rites. Yeah, because this Rites is now only 4 mana. And we can go bonk, get the copy, which is also 4 mana. And then now we only have that one left. Alright. There we go. So far this is all actually working. And I am skeptical of the deck, but I trust that Kokuh knows what he is doing because he is a very good player and a very good deck builder. He just tends to build decks that are incomprehensible to me and then play them to good success. But since he doesn't record his runs, I can only see the end results where and have to guess at how he gets from point A to point B so successfully. But I know that he does, so. And Let's do that. Okay. So one of the awkward things here is obviously, okay, that actually does work out very nicely in terms of how that math shakes out. Let's see what we get out of that. Okay. Yeah. And we will just go ahead and get that. Okay. So we get to avoid taking damage. So we can play this to get to 0, but that also freezes us, which defeats the point a bit. Go ahead and chonk you. Okay. I think the play here is we chonk you out and then reclamation so that next turn we can yeah, do that to get close to finishing off. And actually we will get finished off before we get to play the copy. So one of the interactions here that I haven't mentioned yet is the way that, so how are we getting wets? We aren't really, so I don't really want the mine over body. Anyway, so one of the interactions here that is important that I haven't really talked about yet is that when Caitan's level 10 passive triggers, it triggers after the card is played, so the card's cost is increased by 2 from the passive, but that's after the cost reduction from Rise of Winter. So if I play this, the copy will cost 9 because it reduced by 3 by the effect, and then increased by 2 because Caitan's level 10 is create a temporary copy of the first strike or spell played each turn. It costs 2 more. I think we want Warcry. I like that card a lot. And I would like to have a Shocking Grasp, I think, because we are doing single big hits, which is exactly what Shocking Grasp works best with. All right. So the question becomes, are we playing? We aren't playing this rights because we are playing the other rights. And then we don't. Actually, we do have a benefit. No, we don't. There was no. Yes, because it preserves our. Because the temporary evasion is lost first. I was trying to figure out if there was a benefit to doing things that way. And the answer was yes, there was. So you're now frozen, which is nice. Oh, right, we were already overcharged from that. Well, we can at least clean off the other overcharged at the very low cost of shocking ourselves. There's a chance that this would get us enough mana. Sure, why not? It didn't, but that's fine. Okay. We are now once again still overcharged. So, question becomes, what do I copy? So, I think we copy the Harvest just to get more cards, which is probably wrong, but okay. So the awkward point we're at here is that we want to get, okay, we can actually, no, we won't. So this is going to kill whatever we pointed at, which means that we won't be able to remove the Frostbite, which is actually kind of annoying. But we do have 1 evasion, so we can do this. I should have played the Glacial Scare first so that I could have reclamationed the, whatchamacallit. And this one we're just shocked forever, so it's kind of irrelevant. Go ahead and just freeze ourselves. I'm very bad at using Reclamation, which is obviously a reason for me not to use this deck. There we go. Alright. Ooh, I think we want the Sanctuary. It's just a very good card. Although Shocking Grasp is also very, very useful. But I think it is less useful in this upcoming fight. And having Sanctuary, I think, helps a lot, potentially. I also like having Shieldbot. So this fight could go poorly. We'll see. I don't really want to bother with whatever. I do want to go ahead and use that evasion, though, so that we don't, so we can waste 1 fewer of our actual evasion stacks. Yeah, yeah. Laurel Blossoms being Laurel Blossoms. They are now mighty forever. Okay, so we're guaranteed to draw mana, basically, is the upshot. So I think we doubling Spyglass to Sanctity. See what else we get. Okay. So I want to go Bonk and then get mana. Oh, I messed up. Because what I really want to do here, because this shouldn't give me the extra mana. Yeah, because there's only the one stack of Frostbite. Because I really want to get off this right. Which it looks like I will be able to do. Just kind of an awkward way of going about it. And the question is, do we point at this or this? I think the answer is we point it there. Although that does mean, again, that we... Again, I am very bad at sequencing for Reclamation. And that is going to be a consistent theme throughout the run. Alright, so we can't play Frostbite because of all that purity, which is annoying. Alright. But I think just playing out things is the important thing here. Playing out the Rites of Winter to get them cheaper. Okay. So, drawing cards here does have the benefit of getting rid of that vulnerable stack. So, yeah. The evasion, unfortunately, doesn't do much for us. I don't think we even need to play that Frozen Height, because we are going to get exploded here. Okay, so that wasn't something that was going to get us exploded again, which is nice. Draw some cards. Okay. So we are going to Rites you, and then it's a question whether we want to Sanctuary or Rites again. And I think the answer is that we want to actually Sanctuary, because we're taking a lot of damage otherwise. Alright, this is awkward, but I am bad at sequencing. It's fine. Do that. Okay, that was really unfortunate. I was hoping to get any of my other mana, because the predicts were the one mana card that wasn't going to let me get the other thing off afterwards. Again, we still have to deal with this. Which one else? So let's do this. Into that, which is actually going to set up Frostbite, which is nice. And now, yeah, we can do that. We are not currently tough, so we do want to get tough back. We aren't guaranteed to draw mana here, so I think we just play this. And oof, okay, that didn't do as much as I was hoping. But we can get this going. Trying to think if there's any way for us to heal, and the answer was no. Alright. Arcane Silence is good. I kind of want Nature's Blessing, though. And I kind of like Aura of Protection. So we've already upgraded both of our... Oh, no, we need to upgrade our other Rites of Winter, which I think has to be the other upgrade. Although upgrading mana also makes a lot of sense, I think. I think we will upgrade a Glacial Stare. And we're going to cut something that isn't mana. Yeah, so the awkward question, the awkward point here is still that I am bad at using Frozen Hide, but it's a good card. I don't want to cut a Predict. I don't really want to cut the Warcry, but I think that's what I'm leaning towards. But it is a way to apply Weak. So maybe we don't cut anything, but that feels wrong. But I think that's what we're going to do. And so here, we aren't fighting Emerald Dragon, which is kind of nice. I would love to have a Shocking Focus. It's basically just a question of whether we want to spend the reroll on Shocking Focus or on Pulverize. So this card is more valuable because we have Nature's Blessing. I do also really like getting mana, so I want to go through here. So I think we're going to start here. Although these guys are really rough for us right now, we would like to avoid drakes, which can be a problem once we get up here, because this guy obviously will summon drakes. So I think we're going to start here, and then we're going to go to there and there, which unfortunately doesn't let us get cornered focus, and I think mana is a problem for us. But we do what we must. All right, I think it's a question whether I want to try and use this right now, or if I want to just go for the Rites of Winter. I think the answer is that I want to do this, because we're down on health so much. But yeah, definitely not a fan of how much this deck can struggle with mana. Shield. Because yeah, I do think that this deck's mana is really questionable. Some of it, like I said, is my decisions, but some of it is just that the deck does not have that many mana cards in the card pool, so you're very reliant on finding monster mana. And you're trying to play this 10 mana card a lot of times. And I know I did choose to upgrade one of the things, but you know, that's kind of what the deck is trying to do. Right, yeah, we can. And the other thing is, because these glacial stairs are dependent on the Rites of Winter to get going, getting started can be awkward. Once you can get the Rites of Winter going, you're mostly fine. But it's getting to that point that hurts. We can draw 3. None of that was... Yeah, they are both still in the deck. There we go. And Rites Plus. Oh, that wasn't quite enough. I am bad at this game. I always have been. And I always will be. Alright. There we go. Slowly getting our health back as well, though, which is nice. Devouring Strike is actually not the worst. Well, but it's not mana, and we kind of just need the mana. This is pretty crappy mana, but it's what we've got. And the reason I say it's crappy is Predict just, the mana boost stacks awkwardly with itself. If we play 3 predicts, then... So, if you have only 1 predict in your deck, and that's your only source of mana boost, then it is 1 mana this turn plus 2 more next turn, which is 3 mana total, which isn't bad. But, if you play 2 predicts on the same turn, now you're waiting 2 turns to get all 6 of your mana, which is quite a bit worse. But yeah, I still think we kind of just need mana cards for all that that is not the mana card I want to have. Yeah, I think we pitch one of the predicts. Go ahead and do that. But yeah, because we get a lot of turns like this where there's just no way that we can get to this rights. We just do not have the mana. Alright. We are going to explode this turn, at least once. But we did at least get off one of those. And we have Aura of Protection, which is still helpful for various reasons. Okay. So what we would like to see this turn is one of our glacial stairs, because either of our glacial stairs will let us freeze this one, which is kind of what we want to do. There we go. Unfortunately, we cannot cast Rites of Winter still. Go ahead and get Tough set up. And part of this is that I'm bad at saving mana for future turns. It's just not something I have practice at doing. And this seems like a deck where not spending your mana is going to be important some amount of the time. Yeah, this Yeah, this deck is also in kind of this awkward position where I alternate between needing card draw to find my things that I want to play, but also playing those things is very expensive, so we're going to do that. So it's hard for us to afford to do. Do that. And then we can finish you off. Alright, we're just barely going to avoid exploding here, and everything's fine. So yeah, we haven't taken damage. Like, the deck is working, I just don't like it, but that's kind of a me problem. Do we spin a reroll? We can't. I don't think we can spin a reroll here because we have things coming up that are very, very good. This Gathering Bolt is very bad for us. I think we take the Battle Posture, although I don't love it either. It basically is 2 mana draw, exactly Rites of Winter every time. I think we just have to get off our Rites of Winter. I think that is just still the priority. Yeah. Let's see what we can find. Alright. So we can actually Rites of Winter and then Reclamation the Rites of Winter, which is actually kind of nice. And then we just have to find the 7 mana this turn to play it, which could be tricky. Alright, we have just enough mana, which is nice. Alright, so we played the big rights a couple times, which should help us. And we don't really care much about the plated due to how much damage each card we play does. Do that first, because we wanted to make sure we had the mana for it. I'm just kind of drawing to get closer to looping the deck because we want to get whatever out next turn. You can see like we have 4 mana boost right now, which means that that's a lot of potentially wasted mana. Okay. So if we do this first, we're guaranteed to draw the one we don't really want. So I think we're going to do this, shuffle, and there's a 50-50 shot. Hey, we got the one we wanted. I should play that first. Like I said, I'm very bad at sequencing. I refuse to be good at sequencing. We are shocked. The evasion is annoying because we don't have a great way to deal with it. But we can't play that. Draw. Alright, we really would like to start with the other rights if we can find it. Now seems like a good time to use this Sanctity. Or to use the whatchamacallit? Alright, it looks like we are not going to be drawing, so new plan. Now we want to do that. There we go. Looking at numbers is difficult, so I don't do it. And yeah, I think we're going to just reroll for mana here. Okay. Does any of this matter? I don't think so. And event. Upgrade a common card. I think we upgrade the other Glacial Stare. We do want to upgrade that Rites of Winter still, but I think that is going to be next. I think we just want the extra mana for now, and then go into the Glacial, upgrade the Glacial Stare here. Okay. So let's see what we can find. So we can find another source of mana. Yeah, now we can. Although I can't get mana off of both of them. Go ahead and Nature's Blessing and see what we can find. We do actually have, I think, the ability to get close to getting enough mana, although actually getting enough mana is very difficult. And didn't happen. Okay, so this is fine. I don't think... Oh, that's actually kind of what we want on top of our deck. Right. So we are currently getting 6 mana a turn, which which is enough for rights. Bonk. And we can sanctity. And yeah, here we are at this point I was talking about where we just have so much mana boost. Okay. We can actually play this, which is nice. Yeah, we're going to tag you. We can't play that, but we can do this to set up for next turn. And we can get tough. Okay. So I think what we want to do, let's get more frostbite on you, reclamation, and then we can nature's blessing into refresh. Okay. So trying to think what I want to do here, because I want to play this rights, but I think I actually do need the shield. I think there's enough incoming damage that I can't afford not to shield, because yeah, I'm going to take damage here regardless. I'm going to take more damage here. Although, oh no, we're not, because Aura of Protection is coming in to save the day. Okay. Love to see that. I think we just go and do that to get a little bit of shield back. Oh, I shouldn't have played that because Aura of Protection would have been a more efficient use of that mana. Yeah, the Arcane Detonation unfortunately took away exactly enough whatever to make our day worse. This one's now frozen again. If we can draw the big one, that's the one we would like to copy with our Huzumawat. There we go. And we can play both of them, which is nice. Okay, so you are not quite dead, but almost dead. And the back one is frozen. Not the right thing is on top. And that's turn. Unfortunately, that shield is going to mean that we didn't just get lethal here. But if we can draw, that'll work. Ideally, I would like to find... Now at this point, I think this is the play. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping to do. More tough. We will explode again. Alright, we get to right twice. And yeah, so the deck is still working. And I think we want Pulverize. I think Pulverize is going to do work for us. I think starting tough is fine, but I don't think it's better than what we have. Likewise, this seems good, but not better than what we have necessarily. There's an argument to be made for getting rid of the Aura of Protection, but I think I like it. If we take Pulverize, we upgrade Pulverize, and then I think we are cutting... That does make the battle posture a little bit better. I still don't like all those predicts, but I don't think I can justify cutting one. It's tempting to cut Adaptive Defense, but it could save us in this upcoming boss fight. I may cut this predict. Do I cut the predict or do I cut the refresh? I really don't want to cut mana though. I really want to cut a card, but I don't really want to cut any of the cards that I have, which is obviously an awkward position to be in. The Brainstorm is also a reasonable-ish cut. Yeah, it feels like this is a risky cut, but we're going to do it. Because if we don't need that, we are very happy not to have to deal with it. And we are, I think, going to start here to try and get cornered focus, and then to here to look for Mystic Ritual, because we do not want to deal with Drakes with this deck. Because we are a little stronger against them thanks to the Pulverize, but it's still not an amazing match for us. And yeah, Pulverize is doing good work. Okay. Why is this Rites of Winter cheaper? Is this Rites of Winter cheaper? Am I crazy? Oh, because we're in spell stance. This is just the first time we've actually been in spell stance. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and work towards freezing you. We actually can freeze here, which is nice. Even if it did mean that we didn't get to Warcry quickly. Then I don't think we want to Brainstorm because we won't be able to play anything. Oh, wrong button. There we go. And yeah. We were able to avoid getting bled, which is nice. Sure. This actually works out fine. Unfortunately, that actually was nice. I was going to say, unfortunately, we don't quite have lethal and we can't freeze, but everything worked out. Yeah, we're going to do this because the evasion. And we can't finish off the kill. Oh, I should have done that first. I didn't realize I wasn't tough. Just going to be over here misplaying to death. It's what I do. I should be killing this front one. Like I said, misplaying to death. That's the plan. And yeah, let's go and do that. Alright, so the copy of this is also going to cost 7, actually. Odds of drawing mana are reasonable, but not the best. So if we draw either the Glacial Stairs, which are 2 of our 9 cards, then it pays for itself. We did not. Okay, so that worked out. Alright, and that's it. Okay, everything's fine. Cornered Focus? Cornered Focus. Regrowth is also very good, but I think we just need more good mana cards. Okay, absolutely gonna play that. I don't think we're hitting exact 0 this turn. Oh, we totally could have. I am not awake because we just do that. Alright, well. I'm a big dumb. I could do this again. Is that better than just War Crying? I don't think so. I can just do that. Just because that means that Glacial Stare this turn is turned on, which I think is valuable. Once again, in this position of having to choose between playing the card that I think has the most value and playing the card that does other things. I think we want to Frozen Hide at least once. The question is whether we want to bother Frozen Hiding twice. I think the answer is we do not want to Frozen Hide twice. But the reason we do Frozen Hide is that both of these... Actually, I think we may Reclamation it. So the idea here is that both of these we are going to explode here, but we get freezes off thanks to the Frost Barrier. Oh, and this is actually very nice. We can go bonk, 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 which I suppose wasn't as useful as we might have liked. We just have a lot of mana for next turn. Okay. Need to draw cards. Because I need to find mana. No luck. Yeah, no, it's not mana, but it is too late. I think we can go ahead and afford to do that. And tough for next turn. Alright. So I think we're writing you because we really want you dead. Which we can almost make happen. There's a 50-50 chance we make this happen. We did not. We don't quite explode though. We don't take too much damage there, and then we get that kill. So that's fine. And then I think this is the other card we played this turn. It's a little bit of shield. We are now arcane leaked. But this will mitigate that. And now we can end turn and not explode. Which seems reasonable. Because now we just need that. And there we go. So yeah. Deck is still working, if a little bit awkwardly. The Mystic Ritual, I think, lets us cut the Brainstorm, which I like. I don't hate having that. And we'll see what this event is. Do we care about either of these? I think the answer is no. Okay, so here we're relying on the fact that we have cleanse. See if we can get, and that's actually a lot better that we have that. We can play the refresh, but do we want to? I think we don't. Okay, so because I don't actually want to use, I don't actually want to draw any of my mana from next turn yet, I think. Alright, I didn't even think about the fact that I was actually going to have enough to get that off twice this turn. That's actually very nice. Okay. So we're going to start with this. Really hoping to find some mana here. I suppose there wasn't that much mana to find. And now I think we are just going to do this because it's going to cleanse off some of our burn, which is going to be nice. And then I think we continue cleansing off burn. Or we continue, we play out those so we don't have to deal with them. Okay. So here's this. We can play it twice. We can also play this. I think that's worse than just playing that out. Or of protection doing solid work. Of course, the downside of not playing the Nature's Blessing is that it does make it harder to play this Mystic Ritual. Okay, so this will summon the Drakes if we play it, and I don't know that I want to do that. But I suppose this is an okay turn to do it. Yeah, I guess we're going to go ahead and get them out. I am pretty glad that they did not spawn applying burn, because that's kind of the more annoying thing for them to do. Of course, now they are. That's why I shouldn't say words. Alright. And then this will do a pretty good job of cutting through there. I could have killed this front one, I guess, but... So the nice thing here is that if we get a Glacial Stare, we can freeze the back one and avoid taking 1 billion damage. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this again. And there we go. Glacial Stare. We are now under threat of taking a lot of damage again, but yeah, that takes out a lot of the incoming damage because we are now no longer as burning. Okay. I think we probably do want to copy this. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Because it's going to help us cut through here. We really want this front window. Just makes our life a lot easier. Okay. There we go. All right, that worked out nicely. Glacial Touch seems very good. It does mean that we really want to upgrade our other Rites of Winter. I think we are cutting the Brainstorm now. And then, all right, so we're fighting Baelator, which is actually both good and bad. So as far as other cards go, I like the idea of picking up a Persecute before going into Baelator. And I really do like just having Clear Focus or Prismatic Shield, either one. So we're going to start here, and that gives us, yeah, a couple chances at good cards. And we get to dodge having to fight Bog Golems or Mollusks, both of which are just way more annoying. We will, unfortunately, well, I think we're going to do that. I want to do this, but I also want to do this. We're going to do that because we've got Aura of Protection. Okay, we're lucky that wasn't, like, ambushed. I'm going to do this to get card draw out. Oh, whoops. Alright, so we're going to do freeze you like that. And now we do get to do this, which is nice. And now you cannot do anything to me. Should have put the other Frostbite on this back one. That one costs 12. I think it's still worth it. This back one does still have a stack of Opportunists, which is annoying. But Opportunist, it does not matter if you are dead. And we will Sanctuary. Alright, let's see. Don't really want that back. Alright, and I think this, yeah, that's not quite lethal, but we can guarantee we get it back next turn. And we are getting Frost out of that Frost Goma, which is doing great work for us. And there we go. Persecute is great because against Baelator we want to be able to chew through all the purity very, very quickly. And that will help with that. Create 3 tools. Is that better than Aura of Protection or Shield Bot? What are we fighting on the way up? Are we fighting a group of... We're not ever fighting a squad of hunters, it looks like. Which makes me way more willing to deal with... Which makes Shield Bot less valuable. Question is Shield Bot less valuable than Aura of Protection? I think the answer is yes, because we're fighting Baelator. Alright. Let's see what all we draw. Let's see what we get out of that. Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping for. You can get whole lot of mana out of you. Okay. See what we get out of the bag of tools. Not much of value. We may end up playing this, but probably not. I think we just dump Frostbite on you and Frozen Hide, and we end the turn. We are going to explode here, which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, it's not a huge deal. We do not actually lose any recoverable by doing that, which is nice. This will not get us... Yeah. I think we want to play this. And then we do this, even though it's not going to fully freeze, because it is going to just shut it down for a turn. And the bottom card of the deck is the Persecute, which happens. So I want to play this Nature's Blessing. So I'm going to. The mana lands up here awkwardly, because I obviously want to get that off, but let's go and do that. Get the Tough out. We are now going to be very, very cursed, but we have the Sanctuary in the deck, so, and the Sanctity. Both of those should help. Okay, so the question is, do we draw more cards? I think the answer is yes. Because that's going to deal with some of our curse, which is nice. And I think we do want to get out more Tough. Yeah, this is a situation where having the Shieldbot would be nice. Absolutely, Shieldbot would have done more for us than Bag of Tools ended up doing this fight, but... We are now at the very boundary of taking... of losing recoverable health. But I think it's worth it. And I think if we're going to be taking damage anyway, I would rather just get blasted by our own Mystic Ritual. Okay, that was kind of the worst possible draws. I really needed to get any business. Come on. I'll, I guess, be business. Let's see. Oh, I need to do this so that I can get this out. I think we just want to kill one of them. Just give me some shield. But yeah, I really wanted to find... And the unfortunate thing is I didn't really want to shuffle there either, because I wanted to be able to get out the Nature's Blessing. I think I want to reclamate that. So I think I want to draw it again. Just continue dealing with all that curse. Right, here is the Nature's Blessing, which will clean off a lot of our problems. Just work on killing you. Okay. Not used to these things living long enough to be able to do that much damage. Okay, so this will kill the front one. Swoop. Oh, right. Taunt. I released it before I realized that the taunt, of course, meant that we weren't going to get the mana I wanted. Okay, so we are not tough. So if we could pick up tough, that would make our day better. There is not tough in the deck, but I think we're going to do this to hope to dig 4. We are going to do that so that we can Glacial Stare. Still looking at taking damage. I can afford to play one more of these though, and I think that's what we're going to do. And just accept the damage. And let's draw one more. Not quite what I was looking for, but it does heal, so yeah. I think that was exactly enough to not end up actually losing recoverable. Alright, and we can get tough, which will mean that, yeah, we are not going to explode here. And we get a freeze up. Alright. Let's draw some cards. We will explode if we play this. We have enough shield to take it, but I think we are at a point where the play that makes sense is just to do this, accept the explosion. And then, actually we can go ahead and draw more cards. Sure, why not? And that means that we can do this safely and reclimate it. And we can even Glacial Touch for the win. Bonk. Okay, so we took, I think, a little bit of damage there, but not too much. Prismatic Shield seems pretty good. It gives us another way to remove our status. It gives us a source of purity. Both of those are very useful. Give me a second. All right, moving on. Okay. Sanctuary for value. Refresh also for value. Let's go ahead and just make your day worse. End the turn. We could do with having a lot of extra max HP or max mana just to start our fights off with. Let's see. Kind of want to do that. Although this does a decent amount of damage. I think we'll start with this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother reclamation this turn. Yeah, we can start by doing that because I did have enough mana up to follow it up with this. It does mean that we are not tough, but I think that's fine. Because, yeah, we have this to get us tough again. And I don't think we want to battle posture because our choices, we could battle posture and hope, or we can just do this and then be set for next turn. And we block most of this damage thanks to Aura of Protection. Okay. And now we can guarantee a kill. Or not. I chose not to go for the kill, but it did get us all this card draw, which pretty good consolation prize. Yeah, we can draw cards. And get that out. A little bit unfortunate the front one is hidden, but it shouldn't make a huge difference. Here we go. Not much of value. Go and do that, I think. Yeah, you're setting up. Oh, you're not setting up hidden again because you would have set up hidden last turn, but you was frozen. How much do... Okay, too much is the answer. There we go. That's actually quite a lot of incoming damage, but... Hey, we actually rolled that chance to actually hit, which I did not expect. Do I want a second Cultivate? More than I want a second Sanctuary? I think the answer is yes. That's actually pretty nice. Although that does make this awkward. Let's see what we get out of this. Yeah, I think we get, because our choice is between tough and the prismatic shield, I think we would rather be tough. Ambush would matter more if this one didn't just have a 100% chance to crit. Yeah, we are once again in this awkward position of not quite having the mana we need. Very happy with that outcome though. Yeah, like, if this deck just had better mana in the card pool, I would like it so much more. That's all it would take, is improve the card pool mana so that I'm not stuck relying on what I can find from monster cards. Get frozen. Because we get there eventually, but it'd be nice to get there fast. Alright, we don't quite have enough mana to do that again. Oh, we can do this. Let's do that. So we have enough room in our hand for all of them. Yeah, still this awkward thing where Glacial Touch turns off our, whatchamacallits. I like Dead of Night because we aren't playing damaging cards every turn. That's basically useless in all but like one fight in the entire game. 2 fights, I guess, now that Chimera is a little bit more annoying. So 2 fights in the game that this is useful. Max health, recoverable health, yeah, sure, it's better than discard. So for the record, I think I'm just going to go event to event because I'm lazy. Like, I would love to have this, but I don't want to do 2 more fights to get it. We do get to do this, which is nice. Sure. It's actually very convenient. We're going to do this. Okay, we didn't find... The thought there was that if we had found mana, we could have used the battle posture to go find the other... whatchamacallit? So unfortunately, that is not the one that, it's not something that lets us get rid of the curse, it just lets us stop incoming curse. But it did stop an incoming curse, so, you know, it did its job. I should have probably reclamated. It's fine. Alright, we do have enough, actually, Frostbite left over to use this, which is fun. But not enough then to use Glacial Stare afterwards. Go ahead and I think persecute you. Take damage. I really want to get this out. Oh yeah, we can play both. Let's do that again. Avoid getting cursed any further. Hopefully we draw Sanctity. There's the Sanctity. Do we want to copy the Sanctity becomes the question. Sure. Okay. We are not tough right now. I know this one draws the Pulverize, but I do just want to get out. Yeah. See what that gets us. I want to play this, but I also want to... We are getting doomed this turn. I think we have to get that out. Because I think we need to start setting that up. This does put us in the awkward position of potentially taking some damage. But we at least have to get rid of all of our curse. And now we just have a timer on winning. I feel like this deck could really use just a little bit of supplemental Frostbite to go with this Glacial Touch. I know Kokuh said that he never had any issues with it, but obviously I am, because I am not as good at piloting the deck, I would say. Kokuh talked about like always getting off the copy, and I just do not know with this mana base how he is doing that. It is a unsolved mystery to me. Alright. There we go. See what we get. Okay. And we can do this again. Value. Ooh, corrupted font. I think we take the corrupted font. It's a lot of mana. And we have a decent amount of cleanse, and we're not fighting them all of which is good reasons. Nature's Blessing Plus is a pretty good upgrade. Corrupted Font Plus is also just a very, very lot of mana, which I think is what we go with. The Curse 2 is a little bit more annoying to deal with, but... Oh, cancel. Do we want to remove a card? I'm not sold on the battle posture. I don't think it's been doing quite enough for us. It's just very awkward to line up a lot of the time. No, that is quite what I was hoping for. Right, unfortunately, we can't really afford to draw a bunch more cards because of these jokers. So we are just going to have to do that and then take some damage. And this is a fight where Shield Ball would have actually helped. I'm also really annoyed that this one set up whatever. I think I'm just going to copy this. I think that having the extra purity is going to be nice. I suppose that dropping the battle pots and then immediately struggling because we can't find our sources of frostbite is fitting. Okay, so I want to play both of these. I also want to play this, but I can't do all of them, and I'm off by 1 mana. So the question is, which is the least important? I think the answer is the Rites of Winter is the least important, because that's a copy, so the cost reduction doesn't stick. And we already have 1 copy on top of the deck for the next one. They are all already weak. We kind of want to just stay hidden, but we can play this twice, which I think is more value. It does cost us a lot of health, but I think it's worth it. We have a lot of rests left. Yeah, this is the fight that that I should have kept, like I said, the other thing for. I do not love that frail. Start seeing what we get out of that. So that will clean off the frail stack, which makes this better. But first, we are going to tap you. I should have tapped you just to get you locked down. I wasn't thinking. I want to get this off because we have a lot to cleanse off. And it ended up paying off in multiple ways. Okay. We can actually do both of these. That actually worked out very nicely. Okay, so we do want to heal. If we can. Do I want... No, I don't think so. Alright. Sanctuary is nice. I don't think we want to reclamation it though. Opportunist is not a threat this turn. Okay, that one died. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't. Yeah, we'll just go. No point durdling around. I don't hate having second persecute, again, going into Bale later. That's pretty useless to us. This seems more useful than this. And now we're just going to go here. Okay, we get to upgrade a skill. I think we upgrade... We can actually upgrade this now, but I don't think we quite want to. I think we just upgrade the Nature's Blessing, because having it draw an extra card is nice. That's the main thing. Okay, well, I was hoping to get an upgrade there again, but no luck. And I'm too lazy to do the elite, like I said. I'm just kind of trying to get to the end of this run at this point. Okay, so we have an upgrade. At least in there. We're definitely not playing both of these, so one of them is going away. And then I think we just play out the hand. And we have the potential to evade, which is nice. Alright. And I do think we want to get tough up, even though doesn't mean putting our shield up on everyone. Okay. We are absolutely going Corrupted Font here. There is a lot of value from that. And we're going to play this and then reclamate it. Although, I didn't think about that being not quite as useful. It's fine. This actually all works out very nicely. We could draw even more cards, but I think we just do this, because that'll get us a kill. We do get cursed further, but yeah, that all seems fine. And we can apply more weak if we want to. I don't think we do. I do like the idea of just putting all of that on you, though. Get a tiny amount of... Oh, no, because Frost Barrier. Or that was only a 2x hit. That was... No, yeah, it was Frost Barrier there. I'm bad at paying attention sometimes. And cleanse off 2 of our curse. And the Frail from the Persecute actually helps with reducing the impact of the Sanctity, or of the Sanctuary. And now, we are tough, so Pulverize will work. Alright. We don't really want to bother playing a Sanctuary again. All of our mana gets stolen. Yeah, this is just going to kill you. And there we go. Regrowth is kind of awkward, but we'll try it. And we're resting. So I really want to up my max mana a bunch. There are probably cards I want to remove, but I think getting our max mana up is priority 1. So as far as removals go, I think I might remove one of the predicts. I'm really not a believer in this regrowth. I don't think we can afford it. Increase the max mana. Remove one of the predicts, I think. Remove. We may not need the war cry. We have other sources of weak, but applying weak turn 1 is pretty important. We may just leave it and increase our max health. Just a little bit of safety padding. Ooh, I like this a lot. What do I like it more than? I think I like it more than Bag of Tools. I think Bag of Tools has failed us so far this run. So, alright, here we are. Final fight. Yeah, we are. We do get to be tough, which is something. We don't get to play Frostbite though, which is annoying. Okay, this is kind of what I was hoping to see. Because even though that's not actually... Oh, hey, it did actually apply the weak. I didn't think that was going to happen. I do think I want to go ahead and just get out the extra tough. I think losing tough here would be bad. And I am willing to take drastic steps to avoid having that happen. Ooh. Yeah, we'll do that. Or protection is going to mostly do the work. Oh, right, that's why we have plenty of weak sources. I forgot we also had that. Yeah, we are going to play this Sanctity this turn, and that's how we're going to deal with the curse. This will only deal with one of the two frail, but let's see. I think we do actually want to get that back for next turn. And end the turn. Okay, so we are weak, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. And yeah, to avoid taking any damage. Let's pitch. I think those three. I think the Persecute and the Rights of Win are what I want to play most this turn. And there we go. This is actually a pretty good turn to get that freeze out on. Get rid of the weak. And we get to play that and the copy, which is pretty good. And also, our Predator stacks, when we have them, are doing quite a lot of work. Let's start by doing that. We'll draw us a lot of cards. And then we need to get this out, which will draw us a lot more cards. We do need more tough. And we can do it for a bonus point. Alright. Get back up to full health for value. And then knock out the kill. Let me take a screenshot real quick. And yeah, so yeah, I think I would, the big change I would make to the deck is I would fit in more mana. I think that would make the deck much stronger if we had more access to good mana cards in the mana pool, in the card pool, instead of the relatively anemic options we had. I also don't think I'm a fan of the Goading Bolt, but I mean, overall the deck worked. We didn't have to use any, we stayed at fairly high health throughout. We didn't have to burn any rests until we just did the dump of rest at the end. We could have won this without resting at all, I think. It worked, but I don't have to like it. I think that's my takeaway. It worked, but I don't have to like it. That is not how I like to play Caitan. But yeah, so if any of y'all have any decks that you would like to see me play, let me know. You can contact me on Discord, or you can leave a comment about it. Either way, see you guys next time. Toodles.